Yo, what is up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about how to increase your appeal as a South Asian guy, how to increase your appeal as an Indian guy. This is a Looksmaxxing guide that I put together for you brown brothers out there. What I've noticed as an Indian man who's Looksmaxxed, if you get rejected by these different races in America, just know that it's not even necessarily that you aren't good looking enough. Certain people from certain backgrounds, certain races are gonna have certain types of niche appeals. That's just the way it is through evolution, through attraction. That's just the way it is. So I'm gonna get that out there. Now, hopping deeper into today's video, right? The number one thing as an Indian guy when it comes to Looksmaxxing that you have to realize is all about breaking the stereotype. It's all about breaking the stereotype. Growing up, for me, I was always called a lot of names, especially like in middle school, high school. We Indian guys just don't get a lot of justice. People call you names. They call you things like curry cell, the common one. Oh, you're Indian? You smell like curry. You smell like curry, right? Oh, do you sweat out curry? Oh, you're Indian? You're nerdy. You're a loser. Look, man, I'll be honest, a lot of these Indian men actually don't take care of themselves to their potential when it comes to their hygiene. I've been to the mosque. I've stood next to Indian brothers super close, right? And a lot of them give off horrible smells. Number one, right? Bro, put on deodorant, okay? Put on deodorant. Take a shower every single day. When you go out, wear cologne. Basic hygiene like that. I can't tell you the number of Indian guys that I've been around through family friends, at family gatherings. Break that stereotype. Work on your hygiene. Hygiene, most important factor. Now, number two, outside of taking regular showers, cologne, deodorant, right, all of that, when it comes to hygiene, you need a skincare system. It just amazes me the amount of people that are out there that don't even use a damn skincare system. Doesn't have to be the most expensive skincare system. The one I use is Tej Hanley. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it by now, right? But it doesn't even have to be that. It could be whatever. Just invest the money into a skincare system. Literally go on Amazon right now and find a skincare product, a skincare system that you can buy. Literally just doing that little bit of effort will go a long way, man. I'm gonna go into the grooming part of hygiene. The grooming part of hygiene. Now, as Indian men, we all know that we can grow hair very easily. And it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time, right? Because so many men look so much more attractive with beards. So as Indian men, you're kind of blessed in a way that you can grow facial hair. Let's face it, a lot of men they look more attractive with facial hair. However, what you need to do is make sure that every few days or so, make sure your beard is trimmed, right? Get rid of the neck beard, okay? Make sure your beard is trimmed. Make sure it's not too bushy, right? Invest also in a beard trimmer. Make sure you are trimming your beard every couple days if you're somebody who rocks the beard. Trimmed stubble or a trimmed, nice kept beard such as this is a good level for most Indian men. Facial hair makes men more attractive. Indian men, use this to your advantage. The fact that you can grow facial hair, because a lot of white people, a lot of black people, they can't grow facial hair to the extent that you can grow your facial hair, man. So use the facial hair to your advantage, but just make sure that you are trimming it every couple days. Every time you get that haircut, go to the barber, make sure you get a shape up on the beard. Now, when it comes to hairstyles, right? Personally, I don't think the long hair is a good look. Now, for Indian men, the hair genetics are very interesting, right? Because we have the same hair texture as a lot of white people out there, which means we can easily rock the high top fade. We can rock the fade, the high top fade, right? We can get a pretty nice haircut. Honestly, man, don't go for that longer hair style, right? It just makes a lot of Indian men look very unkempt, very dirty, very greasy, right? It's just not a good look. I would say if you're gonna have hair on the longer side, make sure it's off the ears. Make sure you're getting your hair cut every month, right? I think Indian men, they just look the best when they're rocking a fade or have a shorter haircut. Having that long unkempt hair, right, that long curly hair, it's just not a good look, right? Especially with that stereotype, right, of how Indian men are dirty, how they're, you know, smell bad and all that stuff. Man, break that stereotype. You know, keep your hair on the shorter side, okay? Have a fade, right? Every time you go to the barber, just get a fade, man, or get a shorter haircut. Be on the shorter side. Have your grooming, have your beard groomed, right? Trim it every couple days. That's the best way to go when it comes to grooming for Indian men. Your barber and your beard trimmer are really your best friend. Now, if you're somebody who's balding, your best bet in that instance is to shave it bald. Shave it bald and rock the facial hair, man. Shave it bald, rock the facial hair. At the end of the day, facial hair can really help you, right? You know, facial hair will always help with your aesthetic. Use facial hair to your advantage, right? Keep all that shit trimmed, man. Going on to the next point, I know we talked a lot about grooming. The next point when it comes to looks maxing for an Indian man, outside of the whole hygiene aspect, is your physique. Obviously, looks maxing in general, your physique is always going to be one of the most important aspects. But for an Indian guy, right, you are going to stand out tremendously if you are focused on your physique, hitting the gym, building muscle, gaining that muscular, lean body type, right? You are just going to stand out. So many Indian guys just don't work enough on their body. How often is it that you see a lot of jacked Indian guys out there? It's not very common. You're just going to stand out, right? You're going to stand out, especially, again, it comes back to breaking the stereotype, breaking that stereotype. The stereotype for Indian guys outside of, oh, you smell bad, you smell like curry, right? It's the fact that we're these scrawny, nerdy looking dudes, you know? Break the stereotype, put on muscle. Again, not saying you need to become Arnold Schwarzenegger or The Rock, but putting on a couple more pounds of muscle, getting a more leaner, shredded body, losing body fat if you're overweight, that is going to be crucial. If you're somebody who's overweight, not in the best shape, your first priority shouldn't be spending all of your money on clothes. Your first priority, other than your hygiene, should be going to the gym. Your first priority, other than your hygiene, should be going to the gym. I'm going to say that again. If you are an overweight Indian guy, your first priority should be going to the gym in addition to working on your hygiene. You need to break the stereotype. You need to break the stereotype. You need to get into shape. Get a body that fits well into these fitted clothing. Lose the weight, get your body fat down to at least 16, 17% if you're an overweight dude, man, before you worry about, you know, what clothes, what style you should wear. Now, when it comes to dressing up as an Indian guy, right? I know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this, but growing up, looks and outfits were never the priority, right? I remember, like, my mom, every time I wanted to buy like something nice, a nice shirt, a nice pair of pants, a nice t-shirt, right? She would pretty much reject it and say no and end up buying some like off the rack clothes from like Walmart or some shit, you know? Looks as an Indian, and you guys can all relate if you're Indian watching this video, that looks in terms of the style and fashion, you know, our parents don't really give a shit about that. They never really spent effort buying us nicer clothing. I personally don't think you need to take it to an extreme level if you're first starting out, but at the same time, you do have to put in effort regardless on your fashion when you're going out, man. So if you're out on a date, use your common sense, right? Don't wear graphic tees and really crazy, vibrant clothing. When it comes to fashion, keep it very basic, if that makes sense. Black tees, white tees are your best friend, okay? Black t-shirts, white t-shirts, no logo on them. You know, gray t-shirts are cool too. Black, white, gray t-shirts, right? And then you can layer those over with bomber jackets, denim jackets. Definitely have a couple of bomber or denim jackets in your wardrobe. And then in terms of pants, you should have a pair of dark wash denim, a pair of white wash denim, and a couple pairs of chinos. And that's really it, man, when it comes to fashion, especially when you're starting out. You know, if you don't have the best fashion sense, and for whatever reason, a lot of Indian guys like to wear all this shit with logos like Gucci or Hollister or American Eagle. Like, look, man, no, get rid of all that shit. A lot of Indian guys are very successful. I know a lot of you guys are engineers, doctors, okay? Put in the effort, dish out some money for your fashion, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be crazy. Take a trip to H&M, buy different outfit pieces of what I just mentioned, and you'll be on the path to developing a decent wardrobe, man. You know, if you're really that pressed for money, you know, every paycheck, just take, you know, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, go to H&M, buy an outfit with it, okay? Don't have to buy all your outfits at once, right? But every paycheck, take 50 to 60 bucks, go to H&M, buy a couple cool outfit combinations. Again, avoid the vibrant colors like, you know, orange or yellow. Avoid that shit, right? Really stick to whites, grays, dark colors, right? And when it comes to pants, a couple pairs of chinos, a couple pairs of jeans. When it comes to shoes, no need to overcomplicate it. One pair of Chelsea or Chukka boots, one pair of sneakers, one pair of dress shoes, one pair of Converse. Number one accessory that you should invest in, if you're gonna invest in anything, should be just a damn watch, man, okay? A lot of Indian guys, I don't know why, but so many of my Indian friends, a lot of Indian guys I've seen, they don't even have like a watch, a classic watch. They're always rocking these like Apple watches everywhere. First priority, if anything, should be to get a classic watch. Not an Apple watch, just a normal classic watch, okay? Again, these can range from 50 to 100 bucks, right? This watch I'm wearing right now is about $120, right? You don't need to go get a Rolex, okay? You don't need to go get an expensive $200, $300 watch. There are plenty of decently costing classic watches for around the $100 range. That is the most basic accessory that every man should be wearing when they're out and about, or if they go out for a night out, or if they go out to dinner, or if they go out on a date. Wear that watch, man. And once you have the watch, then you can kind of build on to other accessories like rings or necklaces. You know, for me personally, I don't wear rings at all. I think rings give a very feminine look. That's just my personal preference. But wearing like these necklaces definitely help elevate that aesthetic. But overall, man, you know, your number one priority, right, when you're just starting out on your outfit, dish the Apple watches, bro, okay? Get yourself a classic watch, man. And then from there, you can go on to getting necklaces and stuff. You know, you don't need to go ham on necklaces either. I think I got this one from Amazon for like, honestly, like 20 bucks, I think. 30 bucks, 20 bucks. I know it's a necklace. I guess chain is the proper word for it. Get a couple chains. They don't cost that much. You'd be surprised. They actually look nicer than what they cost. But really, priority number one before you get into the chain game, man, is investing in a watch. As an Indian guy, especially, you have a certain niche appeal to certain groups of women. You're gonna have a stronger niche appeal to women who are more ethnically diverse. Hispanic women, a lot of black women too. Again, I'm not saying you can't get white women as an Indian guy. I'm not saying that. But just know that if you get rejected a lot by white girls, right? It's not necessarily gonna be the fact that you're ugly, and you'll know it, right? You know if you're a good looking dude. You know if you're overweight or not. You know just by the effort you're putting in to your appearance, right? You know if you're a stylish dude or not. Be honest with yourself. If you were doing all of those things on your hygiene, your skincare. You're dressing well, right? You have good physique. You're not overweight, right? You have a haircut at least every 3 to 4 weeks. You're keeping your beard trimmed, right? You know that. You know if you're putting in the effort, and if you're getting rejected, again, it's not because you're an ugly dude, man. It's every race, right, has certain niche appeals, and it's just the way it is, especially in America, man. So again, don't be discouraged, man. Biggest thing you can do is work on your hygiene and your physique. Then after that, focus on your fashion. But first things first, hygiene and your physique, man. As always, hope this video helped. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button, leave your comment and your thoughts below, and I'll catch you all in the next video, and I'm out.